it's about 8 o'clock here in Texas, which of course means it's time for some FACEIT League. We are an expert here for the third night in a row as we have been in Gauntlet Week here in NA Expert. We've got First Flame Heatwave taking on BCU Spark for tonight's matchup, capping this crazy week where it felt like we had a lot of the tip-top teams playing against each other here this week. You know, how is the dust going to settle here in top 5 after this crazy week? We'll learn more after this match tonight with Heatwave, 8-1, currently in 3rd place, and now taking on their second tough opponent this week, and maybe the toughest of them all, with the newcomers BCU Spark, currently sitting undefeated. BCU Spark hadn't dropped a single map prior to their match versus Helios on Monday. So you're talking about against, teams such as Artemis, Brock, and Wizard Cats, and Jurassic, Wizard Cats, and Artemis, all big wins, particularly those last two in Wizard Cats and Artemis. So the fact that BCU Spark are not only able to beat them, but not drop maps to any of these teams consistently. Helios was the first one to take that honor. BCU Spark still able to claim the series in what was extraordinarily close. If tonight's match against Heatwave is anything like their match on Monday, hey, we're in for one hell of a series. We're in for a great time. But BCU Spark have got their work cut out for them and need to stay that consistent and solid team that we saw on Monday. Heatwave is a very similar story to Artemis in my mind. Just as a very consistent team. I mentioned, coming in 8-1 here so far this season, have been in the league for 3 seasons, all of which have been an expert. And in seasons 2 and 3, in their past 2 seasons, they've been able to make playoffs both times. Now, I think their season 2 performance, they had, were lights out in my inaugural season and their inaugural season here in FACEIT, and kind of solidified their place in my mind as one of the toughest teams here in expert. But didn't perform as well in the postseason, and that trend kind of continues into season 3. I think this is a great opportunity for Heatwave to really turn it up and find that next gear and punch their way up to master. They've been competing at this level for a while, and they've proven themselves to be a top team every time. They need to stay consistent throughout this season and really into postseason. So we'll see how that shakes up. This is gonna be a banger match tonight, though. I'll be honest with you, I don't think this match is going to shake up the standings all that much. I think both of these teams are going to continue to be top teams going into the postseason. I do think this will give us an indication on what we might expect come playoffs, right? So I think this could be a very potential preview of, an upper bracket finals match or a grand finals match or something like that. Lower bracket finals, maybe even. We'll see who sits at the top of the pile. If Spark can take down Heatwave here, that means that they have cleared all 5 opponents beneath them. They'll play Hive Mind Villains next week. If they're able to pull out a win tonight, get back to the point, they will have taken out 4 of the 5 teams beneath them in the standings, and the next one in that list, on the chopping block, would be Hive Mind Villains. The next door with that Grim Reaper is knocking on with a BCU Spark logo on it. That next door is gonna be Hive Mind Villains, and if they secure that win, that would officially have them beating all 5 of the opponents sitting beneath them. They've hit a lot of tough teams early. Seeds 2 through 6 already beaten here by Spark. They could very potentially be on the verge of a really, really nice season. They could have all of their toughest opponents behind them and be sitting at the top undefeated and out of reach, really, from anybody else. Like, kind of basically secure that first seed, through the first half of week 6. They could secure that first seed with, still 5 matches left to play, kind of thing. So that's what's potentially now within the grasp of Spark. But again, Heatwave is a monster of a team. Kind of go back over to talk about them a little bit and just kind of talk about roster. So BCU Spark, basically brand new. I didn't know anything about this roster prior to this season. It is their inaugural season in the league as well. So at least under this name, maybe. I mean, like I mentioned Monday, I vaguely recognized a couple players, but I couldn't really place it. I mean, Juven and Jodello were damn impressive, though. This is going to be your DPS line here. Jodello's your flex DPS. Juven playing hit scan here for this squad. Lights out good. Lights out good. But anyway, so I'm just still kind of learning about the Spark squad. Know a little bit more about that Heatwave squad. Well, I say that. We know that it's basically a new squad here in Season 4. We have one player carrying over from the previous seasons in Dimitri. Where we had seen, I'd always, Juicy had always been the captain of this squad. I always thought of Juicy as kind of being kind of at the helm of this squad. So, we don't have Juicy around here for Season 4. We have a little bit of an evolving of Heatwave. So there's been some big shoes to fill so far. I mean, I will say the Heatwave players have stepped up. The Heatwave players have absolutely stepped up. So despite being more of a veteran name in my mind and around the expert division here and around the T3 scene for NA, it is still kind of a fresh squad as well. Still a lot of fresh names here for me. We got a new generation rising up. I mean, we've had, now that things are starting to settle as far as our ecosystem is concerned, we're starting to see, more teams move up. We don't have as many repeat teams. We don't have repeat teams between OWCS and Master anymore, which has opened up some room in Master. So anyway, we've started to see teams kind of moving up the ladder a bit. That's opened up a bit of a power vacuum, particularly here at the T3 level for new players, for, hot off the press next ups to come in and really make a name for themselves. And I think that's what we're starting to see here at the start of 2025. And I think all it takes is some experience, a little bit of confidence, and you start gaining momentum. I think we're starting to see the budding of the next generation. All right, we're getting into picks bands here. The team at the top left of your screen gets first pick, so that's Heatwave here in this case. Spark banning out Nepal. We are going to do all of your map bans and picks at the top of the series, so all of that is decided before we enter map 1. It is not loser pick. It is kind of an alternating pick thing. Same goes with hero bans. And the other caveat with hero bans here in Expert Division, as of right now, you can repeat the same hero ban throughout the series, and 2 heroes of the same type can be banned simultaneously. That invite is not for us. That's a reschedule from a different match. This team is not ready. They're still doing picked bans. I'm not sure what match that is, to be honest. And I don't want to hop in there because then I'll get somebody's hopes up. I really, the tension is palpable for me on this one. I'm just kind of like squirming in my seat, anxious about this one. We're getting ready to get into this, potential banger of a match, bound to be banger of a match. It's Lijiang Tower here for map number 1. What do we got banned out? We got Roadhog and Carry banned out. What do we got? It's going to be a BCU Spark banning Roadhog. Heatwave banning Carry. Banning Roadhog. I mean, Dirt's not even playing Roadhog these days. It's time. It's time. No more cerebral stuff. No more picking. No more banning. No more flipping through this black screen of numbers and faces. No more my ugly mug, speaking of. It's time for Overwatch. Show me some Overwatch. Oh, bear with me 1 second. Okay. Sorry, a DM I wanted to respond to. Wanted to make sure I got an immediate response. That one definitely warranted an immediate response. But gotta say, hey, I'm in the middle of some FACEIT League right now. I'm gonna have to get back with you. So apologies, friends. Let's get into this one. Ooh. Okay. Dimitri and Heatwave coming out with the Ramatra look. Malga on the other side. I want to say Ramaga. For some reason, my brain got wanted to blend the 2 tanks. Seafull trying to get up close and personal. Trying to blend in with Dimitri. Takes him out of the fight early. But you know what? Even Sans tank Looks like BCU Spark are just as lethal. There's a very low C4 will not escape. Gets converged on there at the back of this final fight. First cap will go to BCU Spark. I gotta turn my audio down. I feel like my audio is blaring loud. I'm really sorry about that, y'all. There we go. Not by much, actually. It was just a little loud. There we go. That should be a little better. And excuse me, it was Heatwave who grabbed first control, not Spark. I knew that. I knew that. And the way I knew that is because we're seeing WedTube in this Moira. We've seen this look. Now, they did it with the Ramatra, I believe, when we saw them on Monday here on Control Center. But we have seen them run this Moira Torbjorn look before. I believe it worked for him against Helios on that particular. Ooh, Judello. That was a nasty little shot. Taking Freak Burno out mid-orbital ray. Juven's able to find a pick as well with the Coalescence layered in on top. Looking like another fight win. Look to try to trade out there, but WedTube stands tall. Got follows coming in from Taicho. Oh, he made a raid from Taicho as well. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. Oh, coming through with Creature. Speaking of ADCC, you're doing Rainbow Six ADCC right now. You know what? That's awesome. I'm glad to hear you're still busy. Still doing the thing. That's what I like to hear. Hex picking out of this fight early. Not ideal. Considering they have the sound barrier to work with to try to bust down this door. But with the overclock leading the way, Juven and the rest of Spark are able to hold the line. We're going to get to about 2/3 of this pie. Wu is a completely new face to me. I believe my first time casting. It has a barrage ready to go here. He's going to drop it right over the top. See if they can melt through the Maga, but Seaful gets out. How much health does Seaful have? All right, that was sub 25 health with the overrun to bail on that. And with the Molten Core in, Wu eventually falls. Coalescence here, trying to keep Seaful alive as the pressure comes through. Hex finds Benji, though. Seaful missing some speed. Nightable disengagement. I don't know if Seaful's looking to get out. Has a very low Dimitri, though Dimitri is ulting. Got the hands up. Negate some damage. And Freak Photo's Coalescence actually forces the retreat out of Seaful and the rest of Spark. I don't think they're going to stay gone long, though. Oop. That's for the reschedule. Seaful with a great opening pick here. I'll just keep an eye on Juven. Seaful just mows down Dimitri with a hurry. There's the touch in from Wu. Hex has got to be the next. Ooh, makes it onto the point, but Juven cleans up with this OC. This is going to be a Spark first round. Nice three-piece out of Juven there. Exclamation point, submap.
You like it? Gets grayer every time we hear about your escapades.
As we say this swap out of Spark, I gotta say, this is one thing that really impressed me about this squad on Monday is the variety of comps they run, and they all look very dangerous. It was hard to pinpoint. Oh, I know. I'm talking good about you, so that means Jodello just gets sniped out of the air by Spingar. But my point, I think, is still valid. Where we saw, you know, Winston looks, we saw Brawl looks, and then, of course, this Hazard look was we're seeing out of Seaful and Spark right now. And they look pretty exceptional in all three. Very different styles. Despite losing Juven early in that previous fight. They're able to come back in and grab first cap. Maybe Joe Dello actually early in that fight. Running the Lucio Auto back line here alongside Dimitri and the Wrecking Ball for Heatwave. Sending most of the squishies onto the objectives. Dimitri goes for an assassination mission onto the Juno. Can't quite lock it in. Webtube's going to make it in over the top. Very close there towards this ultimate. Kind of on par on the other side. Wu Wei picks up one. It's 2-for-1 trade favoring Spark. Dimitri's going to get forced out. Looking like a bit of a reset here. Barring like just an immediate pick out of spin guard. No, I'm not going to find it. Oh, not going to get out either. What a great wall out of Seaful. Freak Roto now in trouble. This is just building more and more percentage here. BCU Spark. Late claim to both tempo as well as... Wow, I just stuck that camera in a very weird spot, didn't I? Downpour in. Wall got... Okay, I don't think the wall caught anybody, but Gidello still goes down. Dimitri receives the nano boost after the swap, and I hit the wrong camera. 100 charge and a nano boost at their back. Seaful, you bet, is running for the hills. Soundbearer will not hit Seaful. Seaful falls back and is just holding on this coastal side. Neck and neck with Wu Wei, who's just hiding around the corner. Dimitri's gonna go in, see if they can clean off that side, and Cap will go over to first flame heat wave. Or first heat flame wave. Whichever I was about to say. Oh no! C9 by a wall. That's a wall 9. Woman's gonna get something back here. I think Dimitri's by themselves on this point. It's a 1v2. Dimitri finds Wentube. Drops in the grab, the disengage grab, gets the nade in from Freak Birdo as well to stay alive, gets a kill on Seaful, has that bit of extra damage from the Graviton Crush perk, and Seaful dies in it. What a turn, what a crazy past 60 seconds. Between the wall to knock Hex off the side of the map. When he comes back in with the finish, he'd have been a 1v2. Dimitri's able to win out and disengage grab. Now the nano boost on Dimitri. He's already picked up 2 on the back of that. Heatwave have been layering these ultimates in nicely. Been beautiful macro. Really good tempo control on it as well. And they seem to have set the pace here. Controlled the flow of battle in the past 30 seconds to a minute. Rotation to the outside. Jodello on the Genji. Diving into the back line, hoping they can find Spingar, who is in mid-OC. Seaful will finish him off. The sleep dart landed, but not in time. Freak Birdo goes down as Jodello dashes through. There's an orbital ray thrown onto this point throughout all of that. We're going to get a flip. Benji picking up a pair at the end of the fight. Oh, he gets around the corner with 7 health. Touch in through the window. Wall will prevent any escape. Wrecking Ball return here from Dimitri. Oh, got a boop off the side. Yeah, got Benji off the side. Juven does have an overclock into this, and Hex is very low. Yeah, Hex is down. Dimitri's down. It was a 99-99 fight, but Spark will close it out to 2-0 as they take Lijiang Tower and the 1-0 lead in the series. What a wild map it was, though. Very deleterious. Hey, show me some stats. Well, we're gonna have to be very quick on this. Wait, is that the right map? Is this the right series? No. This is a completely different. This is Boot Troop taking on EDM. Sorry, cashier. BDSM Gandhi. What a name. BDSM Gandhi 69. Now that is a name. That is a name. I appreciate the follow. Says Thanos and Zarya? What? What? Nani? As my friend Chef Billy would say. All right, some stats. Show me some stats. It's a 16-5 performance there. A lot of it on that Zarya. Just barely edging out Juven by 18 damage for most damage in the lobby. This should be us. There we go. This is us. All right, Blizzard World picked here by BCU Spark for map number 2. It was Heatwave banning out Numbani. Zarya ban out of Spark. Yep. Brig ban out of Heatwave. We've seen a lot of Winston on this map. I mean, we've seen a bit of everything on this map. It wouldn't surprise me if we get back into, or if we get into like a Winston out of Spark setup with Heatwave going into the Wrecking Ball. A lot of room for Wrecking Ball to work here, and room for the, backline to create a lot of space and be difficult to dive on. If we do go that route, keep an eye for the WedTube Ana. WedTube, I felt really impressed me with their Ana on Monday, and then some stand out. The nades. The nades just seem to be flawless. Uses the double bounce nade, and was just getting enormous value out of the double bounce nade there. Oh, BDSM Gandhi, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Oh, I appreciate it, Machu. You have a wonderful sleep. I hope you got everything done you needed to get done. It's always a pleasure to cast your squad, my friend. Always a pleasure. Quick Academy is always a joy. Always a joy to behold. We are, in fact, going to get this Wrecking Ball defense, as anticipated, with a Tracer, Soj, Lucio, Ana again. So Freak Birdo back into that Ana. We're not going to see the Ana out of WED2, at least not on the attack. It's going to be straight, fast dive. We're talking Lucio, we're talking Lucio Curie, Tracer Genji, OG DPS dive, alongside the newest hero here in the Overwatch family. Freak Birdo just gets run down under all of this speed. Just look how fast Spark were able to get all the way to the docks. I mean, within the first 30 seconds, they are already threatening back here. Now, it's traded out, and there's still some low health bars as well, too. It's going to get smashed by Dimitri with that pile driver. Seaful's brought down, tossed into swim with the fishies. So, the fast pace doesn't overwhelm the defense just yet. Rue wins out that duel. Nice little Tracer duel. But a very good indication of the speed that Spark are trying to play with here on this attack. Coach Legola, thank you for being here. That's an awesome emote. Ooh, it goes down. 99. 99 to that pulse. This is going to give Juven an opportunity not only catch up in the ultimate, obviously, but just open up these flanks a little bit for Juven to work. Moving around into the backside where Seafull's already picked up a kill on the Spingar. Even just doing a little bit of a flyby there of the choke. We are getting a Hex Wu-Wei rotation through Mega Room. Looks like we're going to try to pull in from this inside. You can see Freak Birdo hanging on the top, making a swap over to the Curie once seeing all the speed coming out here from BCU Spark. Wu-Wei low, gets the kill on to Benji. Drops the Pulse in. Pulse might actually kill a bit of the mines, to be honest. Kitsune Rush. Invested from the other side, but Seafull's already down. Jodolo in a bit of a pressure. There's the swift step in, but Wentube will get punished, and Wu-Wei picks up a pair. In fact, both Wentube and Jodolo just getting punched down. Wu-Wei, and they're throwing hands. Rocking the comic skin. Love this skin so much. Whoop. Whoop. Seafull already, I mean, once again, we're talking about that speed out of BCU Spark. You see how quick they're here. Just a fight for Griffin, fight for some space to stage and allow room for the rest of the team to get in and do what they need to do. Let's cut in on Wentube here. Jodelo pulls out the blade, dashes in, finds Spingar. Spingar has been the focus. It seems like every single fight, Sparker running in and trying to take that Sojourn out. Seafull sticks around in the back line to find Freak Birdo, but Wu-Wei showing up in the feed again. Has another Pulse Bomb ready to go. God. Okay, Wu-Wei. Oh, got Seafull down so low. I think it was that extra little, the extra shielding coming in. Seafull barely able to stay alive. I gotta say, this... Oh, Spingar. Never mind. I gotta say, Spingar just popped two with an overclock. That's what I gotta say. And the attack has just been cut at its knees. Wild. Great turn of events there. Spingar turns the tables. What I was gonna say, though, is... This is the first time I've seen Doomfist used other than just to run back from spawn since the perks have been introduced. It's the first real look at a Doomfist composition we've had in a couple, in recent era. Quick little spin over the top. Mines drop down from Dimitri. Only one tick needed here out of Spark. We're going to try to rotate this right-hand side, avoid that minefield. Kitsune Rush thrown out here from Wentube. Jubin does have that pulse as they're trying to emerge here out of Mega, but... Oh, it's so dangerous. Trying to move on to this point. Spingar's waiting for you. Seafull finds two. You try to keep him in this, but Spark are gonna get stopped shy here. It is just Seafull left. Trying to make miracles happen. Got some good damage in. Can they finish off Spingar? There's the punch. The Suzu just in time. Freak Birdo shows up to bail out the defense here in the twilight moments and complete the full hold. We're gonna bird's eye view, play some focal length. Poor mouse. Poor middle mouse. Seafull sticking with the Doom. We're also getting a Juno Curie backline. This is kind of interesting. Oh, big purple out of Freak Birdo. Immediately, Juven's in trouble. Pass will just give up this Griffin position. Spingar's able to take advantage, put some good damage down into Benji. Dimitri with the finish. It's a bit of a trade up top. Spingar falls, but the 2-for-1 definitely favoring the attackers with the cleanup there from Dimitri. This could be a one and done here on the map. And a very quick tying of the series. Unless Jodello can find a pick. Nope, it's going the other way. Hex will pick that one up. Here to body block the door. Try to keep him off with the boom. Sifu will make it on, but Ada Bionade and Wu-Wei's got the finish. Last stragglers trying to come in. Jodello was able to find one, but Heatwave closed this one out in record time. Tie up the series.
This ends now. Confirmed. Cybernetics reg.
There you go, some stats for map 2. I mean, dominant is the eye test, you know, told us that was pretty obvious, you know, as a full hole. But Dimitri does not die. There, that's just how dominant that performance was. Your tank doesn't die. That's woo. Well, round of applause. Round of applause to the supports. Round of applause to Dimitri. Dimitri the unkillable. Dimitri the immortal. There on Blizzard World. And this was a Spark map pick. So far, both teams are winning on their opponent's map pick. Excuse me. This will bring us to Esperanca. Wait, no, not that map. Wait. Oh, I got like double invites. Uh-oh. All right, hold on. I got double invited because of the EDM game happening at the same time, which was the game I was originally supposed to do that got rescheduled. And so the invite that popped up, that was at the same time that the invite for our Heatwave Spark match, took me to the wrong game. It took me to the wrong lobby. I mean, because when the invite shows up, it just says FACEIT League invited you, right? It doesn't. Nope. We need Esperanca. Okay, so I need the second one. God damn. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry to the teams, too. I'm sorry to EDM versus Boop Troop. I have no way of knowing which is which. Like in that scenario. Okay, so I need the second one. We're gonna have to back out again. Here, I'll just give you this so you can see what I'm seeing. Actually, I can't do that. That's fine. We'll get in. We'll get in. We'll get in. All right, so we're going to decline the first invite and take the second invite. I don't think it's giving me a second invite. Yeah, it's not. Damn it, I'm so sorry. The only invite I'm getting is the EDM invite. Hold on. We'll see if I can fix this. Shoot, y'all. I don't know if there's anything I can do about this. Oh, the FACEIT people are EU. Like, I don't think I have any admins I can reach out to or anything. I don't think anybody, any of my support is on right now. Because I need them to take me off of the EDM boot troop match. So I stop getting that invite. And I don't want to keep just trying to accept the invite because I feel like I'm interrupting that other match. I don't want to just keep interrupting their match and bouncing in and out. That's not cool. That's rude. So it's, you know, I don't want to just try to brute force it and just keep accepting the invite and hoping I get the right one. Oh, that is unfortunate, y'all. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, it happens. You know what? We'll just... It can't be helped. Unfortunately, I'm afraid it can't be helped. No point crying over spilt milk. I mean, I guess I can try it one more time. I'll try it one more time. I do not want to keep fucking that other match. But neither of them worked. That was weird. So there, I got 2 invites. The last time I tried to decline the first invite and accept the second one, and there weren't 2 invites. Are we back in? Ah, what the? Oh. It just does not want to work. If I decline one, they both go away. Oh, what a pickle. What a pickle. And I mean, it's just one of those. Have it be the coincidence of the two invites going out simultaneously. But one of the pitfalls of this automated system, right? Like, I can't just have like a coach or something just shoot me an invite. They're like, oh hey guys, that messed up. Can y'all just get me in there? Like, that's not an option. Yeah, if I decline the first invite, the second invite just doesn't show up. So it declines both invites, but it will only accept the wrong invite. Oh, yeah, I think we're kind of up a creek on this one. I think we're just gonna have to wait for map 4, y'all. I'm sorry. I will say this is never, like, we've had, like, you know, invites pop up mid-map and stuff. I've never had one invite, like, totally override the other, where I wasn't able to get into a room because of a reschedule. You know, we've had it pop up to where, you know, I've accepted the wrong one, or it's popping up, you know, in between maps and stuff. But I've never had it like this, where it's just, like, straight overriding the game that I actually want to go watch. This is a first. In a lot of matches. I don't know exactly how many. I think we've got to be, we're over the 200 mark at this point. We're close, like right at. This is the first. This is a first. Ski Mask goes up. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you being here. Fortunately, caught me in a bit of a scuffed moment here, where we had a bit of a technical difficulty, not able to get into this Esperanca. But you know what? We can use this opportunity to go see how other matches are going on around the league. Nope, never mind. Job's done. I believe Heatwave got that. I saw that correctly, right? I thought I saw one pop up there very briefly for Heatwave. So, Seafool, my glorious king. I love to see the support, Ski Mask. Appreciate you being here. Hey, we're actually in the correct lobby. Okay. Suravasa picked here by BCU Spark. Just a quick look at round 3. Can't one confirm that Heatwave did win the map. God, I mean, it looked like a close map too. Seafull 20-4. Dimitri 16-5, leading the server at 12k damage. Dimitri's having another fantastic map. Battle the tanks here. Let's go. Let me go check on your bands and stuffs. We head into map 4. Get ready for Suravasa. It's going to be a Pharah ban out of Heatwave, Zarya ban out of Spark. All right, we're back. We're back. Yeah, it was a slight hiccup, but we're right back into this thing. Oh, okay, and a bit of a Symmetra look coming out from Dimitri in this Ramatra composition. Oops, sorry. Let's turn that off so I don't go through walls. BCU Spark. So far, have the presence here. Okay, are able to... Oh, we're forcing... I was going to say, we're forcing Heatwave back. Kind of knocked him out of the main choke, but Druven goes down in that effort. Overextends to try to make that happen. I mean, now, it's good enough to get first cap, But without trades coming through, it does not make it through the teleporter. Jodello is able to successfully grab a pair. And we have got ourselves a fight with 30% on the board from Spark. I believe it's a 3v3 left on this point. Juven gets battered down as they return. And Heatwave is able to grab control. Dimitri finds Jodello as well. And Heatwave will win this one out. Jodello with a fantastic opening fight there. Already has Dragon Blade online, ahead of anybody else in the lobby, including your supports, which they went to bat on par there with this orbital blade or orbital ray, just to give you an idea. Jodello peeking and prodding here from the inside. Love to get into one of those vulnerable targets on the back line, like this Juno. Pulls out the blade, gets the dash through. Seafool with the follow-up. Little deflect there on to Spingar. Ooh. And then Seafool eventually finds Spingar, but ends up being a 2-for-2 trade where Dimitri pops the Annihilation at the end of the fight. An emphatic conclusion here from Heatwave. No Graph Marketplace.
Next, Flashpoint Garden.
Dueling orbitals ready to go. Where did that teleport go? It's up here like towards main. Dimitri all the way back up point. Very split approach there out of Heatwave. You see just how far apart this team is. Orbital thrown onto the point. Downpour got everybody. That was an enormous downpour there out of Seafool. Wins the battle of the tanks here for control of gardens. And first cap. Okay, Dimitri. Okay, Dimitri. Very excited. Driven moves over to a Vitcher. A bit of a duel up there towards Main Street, keeping Wu Wei off of that flank. Wu Wei comes in. We had an overclock coming from Spingar. Doesn't seem like it really found a whole lot throughout this initial engagement. Good disengage coming out from Spark. Seafool fall back around the corner. I was wondering where Jodello was. Jodello trying to come up Main Street, gets picked. It's going to be a photon barrier combined with the sound barrier. Sound barrier is actually invested from both squads. Seafool had the early pick. And I think the same power is going to go to Heatwave on this point. Don't even need to invest the Annihilation to make it happen. I will say, with getting the objective up to 75%, Jodello and the rest of Spark are within one fight of tying us up here on Suravasa. Jodello with the blade. Dashes up and out of the Annihilation here out of Dimitri. You just see the Dare Girl call Dimitri the free roam gamer. Going around killing everyone. Definitely scared everybody away of that one. Jodello gets picked. Seafool trying to come back in. 75 apiece here in percentage. Good wall to try to block Dimitri's exit. Benji doing a good job of kind of keeping Dimitri boxed in, but not enough damage comes through to find the kill. They're forced back to the outside. Blade invested as well as the Tectonic Shock, but neither finding purchase. Jodello goes down. It's Seafool who gets the kill with that downpour in. It took him 3 ultimates, but Spark will finally wrestle away control. More importantly, finally wrestle Dimitri down to the ground.
Next, Flashpoint Temple.
Damn it! Wrong puff. That was almost cool. Like, you can see the vision. You can see the vision. Spingar close to an overclock. Gotta find this opening tech here on the Benji. Oh, Seafool just comes dropping out of the sky to pick that one up. Oh! Does not get the wall grab. Heatwave will grab first control. Somebody call for an Uber? Nice move up to the high ground. I love how Seafool did just a little wall climb at the very beginning of that, just for that little extra edge for both visibility and just to help close the gap. Really nicely executed, both in the initial stage by that opening pick, and then the follow-up as well, forcing a quick reset and a quick flip here. And because of just how expedient that fight was, Sparker, is that quick? I meant Spark. Spark are able to only keep Heatwave to 56%. So even if they lose this incoming fight here, where Spingar is going to throw down this overclock, there's time to come back into it. Juven does have a tectonic shock throughout the middle of this. Try to just get, oh, and another enormous downpour comes in from Seafool. Seafool has just been fight winning with these ultimates every single time. What a great wall. Blocking him in here for Jodello's blade. Absolutely split Heatwave and 2 on that approach, knowing that they were going to be in a rush to get the touch in, get onto the objective. A perfect fight, a perfect execution. Oh, where are we headed? We're at the Palace. Engage in, pushing up to the high ground. Ooh, catching Hex on the outside. Nice little double tap there from Juven. Oh, picks up Spingar too. It says, hey, wait, Frank Bruno, you're in some of this as well? Little Spidey senses tingling there. It was actually Dimitri's Annihilation doing the tingling. And despite the best efforts of Juven there in the 2-piece, his first cap goes over to Heatwave. Concerning rush available from Tim. You have the tectonic shock out of Juven there very quickly coming online as well. Not much to work with as far as ults are concerned out of Heatwave. Bit of a 3-2 split. They're out of Spark. Here comes Juven through the front line. The Lucio regroup, everybody converging onto the Ramatra. Going into the back line for Vito. Somehow survived the violent leap, but the subsequent shot will take them down. Jodello's still fighting for this last kill on the Hex out here. Will get it. Meanwhile, Juven and Seafool been cleaning up here on the point. Heatwave does get this one into a one-fight scenario. A bit of a slow approach, building up some ultimates. Spingar, you get the Molten Core, not as effective against such a highly mobile composition. It's really gonna be, I think, up about the surviving this incoming ult with the orbital. Nope, Freak Birdo can't survive. The orbital has to be used on this corner. Means they won't have it onto the point. I think the high mobility is just gonna disengage. There it is. Molten Core kind of just thrown to all wind, just making a few spots of dangerous tiles. But other than, you know, maybe a couple of blisters, Spark don't look too concerned about it. And now we're on track here with ults to spare to close out this map and send us to a map 5. C4. Oh, gets Hex. The Selber does land. I thought Hex was trying to cast that before the downpour landed, but still, all the tools are there. Everything thrown in. And a beautiful cascade of death and destruction to close out map 4. It's a symphony of dubs for BCU Spark. We're headed to map 5. Seafool with play the game. Seafool with fewest, well, actually went to with fewest deaths in the lobby. Excuse me, but you know, I kind of been really honed in on the Dimitri versus Seafool matchup here today, and Seafool getting the better end of that trade there in that 4th map. Okay, this is actually us. If I go and see the time to connect timer, that means that the invite is actually live and for the correct game. So one way I can verify it, just so they both happen simultaneously. Yeah, that's when things get difficult. It was a Route 66 ban here, harking back to the top of the series when all that was chosen. And just as a reminder, Havana was banned out by BCU Spark. So this is a Heatwave map pick to try to see if they can close out this map 5 banger. Hazard banned out by Heatwave. Torbjorn banned out by Spark. All right. Let's get into map 5. Let's go. Let's go. Whoops. There we go. That was a clean transition. I don't know what you're talking about. Ube has showed us a few different looks tonight. It's back into the Pharah. We saw back on Lijiang Tower way back at map 1. Dimitri pulling out the Diva for the first time here today. We're actually getting Seafool in the Diva as well. Both teams kind of settling into this, I guess this is the Route 66 comp. Mirrored comps with the Forest Oj and the Brit Junos. Love to see the support in chat. Both teams. Love to see it. Love to see it. Ooh, oh, little flank from the inside. Wu-Wei trying to make Jodelo uncomfortable. It's Juven who actually oversteps. Gets caught out there behind the billboard. First to fall. Wu-Wei's going to layer that into a second pick as well. So, first blood going over to the defense here. Heatwave have eaten off the first minute of the clock with no problems. Early pressure on it. Dimitri try to open up this front corner. Try to see if they can get Juven on this right-hand side. You see Juven once again sneaking into that spot by the billboard where they got caught out the first time, but Dimitri and the rest of Heatwave pull back to try to protect their supports here from Seaful. Seaful now continuing to press the issue, at least momentarily up to Big Earls. Does drop back down, but you do still have Juven hanging out down low. There's a boop in. Oh, Wu Wei tried to capitalize on it with the barrage, but Juven had slid out already. Eyes were already in the sky. Didn't overstay their welcome behind Billboard this second fight. And that great vision gets some sights on Wu Wei before the barrage becomes lethal. Still a couple of ultimates for this defense to work with. Jodello, speaking of barrages, has one as well. So, emerging from this left side choke could be a little dangerous. Rally is popped. You can see the umbrella of the defense matrix is up. That was a hell of a concussion blast. Orbital combined with barrage, not going to be enough here. The defensive orbital wins out the day. Cart stopped with 90 seconds to go. Okay, Seaful moving over to Mini. And doesn't bother trying to go for Spingar initially. Just goes right up for the backline on top of Big Earls. Ooh. And it's Benji joins up there immediately. Gets the jump up. Now is able to fall all the way deep into the backline with this rally. Jordello and Juven combine over the top. The final shot, it looked like, out of the overclock to find that pick. Still, it's not clean. A self-destruct out of Dimitri. They're able to get back at Mech. Seaful ducks back up for a little bit of cover on top of Big Earls. Drops back down and gets some healing. All this allows time for Spingar to get back into this fight. We're out for another 5v5. Last opportunity, it feels like, for Spark to see if they can get a point on the board here on Route 66. Not much to work with ult-wise from either team. Freakbirdo a bit closer on this orbital ray, and Wu Wei finds the neutral pick to start things off well here for the defensive Heatwave. Taking Jodello out of the sky. Now they've got Barrage ready to go. Attention now turned to Seaful. Seaful trying to get out of there, trying to find healing. There's no escape. Drops a self-destruct, trying to get back at Mech. Is there anybody on the cart? The answer is no. No touch. A full hold out of Heatwave here on map 5. A mere 78.66 meters away from handing BCU Spark their first loss of the season. Remember, Spark hadn't dropped a single map until Monday. Helios had the honor of handing in their first 2 map losses. Heatwave have doubled that here tonight. Now threatening to take away the crown entirely. We're getting the same diva composition. Try to make this hold. It's going to take a fuller defense if BCU Spark want to hold on to their undefeated season. Wu Wei pulls out an interesting wrinkle here on the attack phase, subbing in the Echo for the Pharah. We've seen other teams go through a similar rotation of heroes here. All right, early first presence. Dimitri came in a lot of ground. Seaful's been forced back down to that lower mega tunnel. And this gives Spingar this angle down from Mini. There's the move up to the high ground. The Diva's forced back. Hex is there. It gets the heals. There's no D-Mech. And the cart continues to get closer and closer to this final corner. Seafull drops down for the contest. Hex is there for the whip shot. Forces Seafull to use the boosters to get back. Try to peel. As Wu has already picked up one kill. Dimitri is threatening another. It's Frank Berto who finds two with the torpedoes. And that will be the nail in the coffin. That's going to be the dagger. That's going to be the map. That's going to be the spark. Making one last final attempt at a stand here. But Benji's already dropping the GGs in chat. Heatwave will take down the indomitable BCU Spark and rob them of an undefeated season. Oh, an NA expert, what a shakeup now. Now, what? Wow. An incredible turn of events with Heatwave picking up this dub. Incredible. What a way to conclude in a gauntlet week here in Expert Division. A true shakeup there at the very end as Spark dropped the map 5. Unbelievable. A heartbreaker for Spark fans out there. But Heatwave doing what no other team in the division can do. And Spark had faced all of the best, at least from what we're seeing so far. Heatwave was the last one, really the last one of the top tier opponents that Spark had to conquer, and it looked like it would have been clear sailing for the rest of the season from there. I mean, that's a little bit of disrespect for Jurassic, that's unintended, but you get my point. Heatwave, we're having none of it. We're having none of it. And come back after the loss there on Suravasa and turn around and take it in their map pick. Let's go look at some stats. Only 2 deaths for Heatwave in the entirety of that map. Yeah, I was about to say, that felt pretty flawless. That felt pretty flawless. After an incredible back and forth and exceptional performance on Route 66. Try to keep that one in mind, friends. Try to keep that one in mind. And Route 66, like, you don't want to end up against Heatwave on Route 66. This is what this is telling me. I mean, against what was, until now, the best team in the division. In a flawless map. They're out of Heatwave. Let's refresh these standings. There you go. Heatwave able to move up. Now sitting dead even. I believe this is still Bushel score is still takes priority over head to head. So that is why I think we're still seeing Spark listed above Heatwave currently. But, I mean, what a message. What a message. I mean, I think this is with them both deadlocked at 9-1 and Heatwave taking this dub. It's hard for me to not consider Heatwave the #1 team in the division as of today, as of right this second. Honestly, I mean, I say nothing but handsome players in this lobby. I saw 10 handsome players all day long. What an incredible series. Big Daddy Dimitri doesn't lose map 5s, unfortunately, says Flores. Touchback Ed for other matches concluding tonight. And like I said, we had a couple of bangers going on here. Any more ongoing? Other than a late starter, no. Wizard Cats, 3-1 Helios. Oh! Ho! A true shakeup. I didn't notice this when we were looking at standings. I mean, really a huge shakeup. Wow, Gauntlet Week, man. Gauntlet Week has just flipped everything on its head. That's an incredible dub for the Wizard Cats. And the Wizard Cats coming off the back of a loss to Artemis, right? So just to kind of quick touch in here. That loss to Spark a little bit ago, but a loss to Artemis there on Tuesday. We had that one. I mean, last night we had that one on stream. So to bounce back and take a win over Helios, which, reminder, Helios beat Artemis. So to bounce back and take a win over Helios, big congrats there. Big congrats. Gotta love it. Congrats to the Cats. And then we did see, notice right below there, Artemis themselves took a 3-1 win. Oops, that is all. Fun fact, if you organize by all, it's from like the first match played down. If you organize by past, it's the most recent match played down. Oh yeah, I have no doubt you bounce back on. I have no doubt Sparkle bounce back. But yes, we do see Artemis take the 3-0 over Jurassic. Phoenix Guard. Man, I told you Phoenix Guard were going to be a tough ask. They do take that 3-1 over Alvernia as well. Another honorable mention match that's going to have some stakes here in your overall standings, particularly when it comes to the top 8. Top 12, I guess, more specifically. Cross Soul sneaking into top 8 with a win today. Look at that. Look at Cross Soul sneaking up. Phoenix Guard moving into 6th place with that win. Currently sitting at 7-3. Helios and Artemis now sharing 3rd and 4th place after Artemis getting beat. Wait, I thought Helios got beat. Yeah, it looks like it just hasn't quite updated yet. Yeah, that hasn't updated yet. That hasn't updated yet. As far as the standings. That's why we didn't notice it before. Okay, so that one hasn't updated yet. The Wizard Cats Helios match. So Helios falling to 8-2. Honestly, it doesn't change much, right? It just depends on where Wizard Cat sits with the bushels and head-to-head and stuff in here. So I'm thinking Wizard Cats are actually 4th. Helios is 5th, because Artemis beat Wizard Cats. Wizard Cats beat Helios. Helios beat Artemis. So, make what you will of what is going to be 3rd to 5th. Man, this is going to be, this final few weeks is going to be amazing. It's going to be something special. Wow. That was, I know, a little bit longer of a closeout, but I think it was worth it to kind of put a little bow on Gauntlet Week here for NA Experts. It's been such an incredible, condensed plethora of wild top-tier matches. Concluding our week, we'll have TI taking on that was TA, taking on Quick for your EMEA Master matchup tomorrow. Dilduck's taking on Alternate. And then there to round out the night, it's going to be Arius, round out the week, Arius taking on Incendia for your Master matchup on Friday. Just a reminder, no Friday night matchup cast in some NECC Collegiate Overwatch Friday night. So I won't have FACEIT League Match. But that's all I have for you this evening. Another banger, another map 5. Incredible. 6 of the last 8 have been map 5s. The last 4 NA matches, which have been all expert matches. No, that's actually not true. Friday was a master match. But the last 4 NA matches we've had on stream have all been map 5 bangers. Just ridiculous. Just incredible stuff. Whoa, wow. Thank you so much for hanging out for me for these banger matches. Means the world. Means the world to see you all here supporting teams in chat. Let's be kind to each other. Be awesome humans to each other. I'll see you in the next one, all right? Have a good night, yeah. Bye, friends.